who have dated rich people. What did you learn? When I met Olivia at the coffee shop where I worked, I had no idea she came from money. She ordered the same thing every morning, a simple black coffee, no fancy add-ons. We'd chat while I made her drink, and she seemed down to earth, laughing at my terrible puns. After 2 weeks of flirting, she asked me out. I was nervous about taking her anywhere nice on my barista salary, but she suggested we grab hot dogs from the cart outside my work. That's when I knew she was different from other rich girls. It wasn't until our third date that I realized just how wealthy she was. She casually mentioned her family's beach house, and I joked about how fancy that sounded. Then she showed me pictures. It wasn't a beach house, it was practically a resort. 5 bedrooms, private beach access, indoor pool. My entire apartment could fit in their garage. I almost ended things right there. How could this work? I shared a cramped apartment with 2 roommates and drove a car held together by duct tape, but Olivia didn't care. She never made me feel less than. When I couldn't afford fancy restaurants, we'd cook together in my tiny kitchen. Then came the dinner at her parents' house. Their driveway was longer than my street. A butler, an actual butler, opened the door. Her mom looked me up and down, noting my $20 dress shirt from Target. Her dad asked what my career goals were, saying barista like it was a dirty word. Throughout dinner, they kept dropping hints about Olivia's ex, a neurosurgeon from good stock. They showed off their wine cellar, their art collection, clearly trying to intimidate me. But Olivia kept squeezing my hand under the table, silently supporting me. After dinner, her dad cornered me in his study. "Let's talk numbers," he said, pulling out his checkbook. "What would it take for you to disappear?" He actually tried to buy me off. $20,000 to never see Olivia again. I was shocked, but then I got angry. I told him I didn't want his money. I loved his daughter for who she was, not her bank account. He laughed and said, "Everyone has a price." Then he doubled it to $40,000. I walked out of his study and found Olivia. I told her everything. Instead of being upset, she smiled. "He does this to everyone I date," she said. "The last guy took the money and ran. You're the first one who didn't." That's when she reached into her purse and pulled out a check for $40,000. "I knew Dad would try this," she said. "He does it every time, so I beat him to it. Here's the same amount he offered. Take it." I stared at her confused. "But why?" "Because I know you won't take it," she said. "And that's why I love you." She was right. I refused the money. We left her parents' house together that night, and I thought that was the end of it. But the next morning, her dad showed up at my coffee shop. I braced myself for another confrontation. Instead, he ordered a black coffee, just like Olivia always did. As I handed him his drink, he said, "You know, I started out as a mechanic. Olivia's mom's parents hated me, tried to buy me off too." He smiled. "I just needed to be sure you were the real deal." 2 years later, when I proposed to Olivia, I used my great-grandmother's ring, a simple band that cost less than one of her dad's ties. Olivia cried when I explained its history, how it had survived the Great Depression, 2 world wars, and 3 generations of love. At our wedding, her dad gave a speech. He held up his coffee cup from my shop and said, "Sometimes the richest things in life don't cost a dime." Then he announced he was investing in my dream, my own coffee shop chain, where every cup would be served with a side of those terrible puns that made his daughter fall in love. The money didn't change me. I still drive a beat-up car, and we live in a modest house. But every morning, Olivia still comes into my coffee shop and orders her black coffee. And every morning, I still make her laugh with my terrible puns. Poor people